Hey everyone. So I just saw a video on YouTube about ECT, electroconvulsive therapy, and it's this girl telling her story about it with her experience. And I thought that I should make a similar video with my experience. So, excuse me, I sound like crap because I'm sick. So back in 2017, due to my chronic illness, I had a bunch of traumatic things happen to me medically. And I went through 4 surgeries in a year. And it led to a lot of PTSD, a lot of panic attacks, a lot of issues that added to some mental issues that I already struggle with. I was diagnosed with severe depression, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, and severe anxiety disorder. And so I think this all took place in 2018, and I say think because my memory is crap, but we'll get to that in a minute. Um, I know it was definitely after what happened to me in the hospital because that's what led up to it. And shortly after, I went back and forth between um, different psychiatric institutions. To date, I have been hospitalized 9 different times in a psych ward. The majority of those took place in Georgia, where I was living at the time. And it got to the point where my depression was so bad that I had become non-responsive to other treatments, therapy, all different sorts of medications. I had tried everything in the book. So my psychiatrist um, brought up the idea of ECT, which is electroconvulsive therapy. Basically, for those of you who don't know, they put you to sleep and then they induce a seizure in your brain. Now, it can be unilateral, which means they place the electrodes on one side of the head, or it can be bilateral, where they place the electrodes on both sides of the head. They started out with unilateral, and then I was still non-responsive to treatment, so they moved to bilateral. And in total, I had 18 ECTs done in the course of, I think I was getting 2 every week, so I'm bad at math, so whatever that math is. But I thought it was working at first, and actually turns out that there's this little high that you get right when you're going under anesthesia. And I wasn't sleeping well, and it just, that high combined with that sleeping was just, I don't know, I kind of got addicted to it, and that became the only reason that I kept going back, because in hindsight, I actually was not responding to the ECTs at all. It was not helping my depression. Actually, it was getting worse. So the biggest mistake that I made when deciding to go ahead with these ECTs was I didn't do my research. I did not fully understand what I was saying yes to. I lost a lot of my short-term memory, some of my long-term memory too. And they tell you that that's a temporary side effect, that your memory will come back. It's not true. Some things you do not get back. So, there's, during that time period, there's I would say at least 6 months, but I know it's more than that. I would dare say almost a year of my life where I cannot account for that time. I don't remember who I was with, where I was, what I was doing. This is also a period of my life where I was sleeping around for a roof over my head. So to look back and realize that there's at least 6 months of my life that I'm missing where I have no idea who I was with or what happened to me, is scary. And that's something that they don't tell you. When you say yes to this, they don't tell you that part. And even now, there are conversations that I will have with people, and I will start up that conversation the next day as if it never happened. And they tell me, "What do you mean? We already talked about this." And I have no recollection of it whatsoever. Which really sucks because I'm a smart person. I'm very book smart. I'm a full-time college student right now, and it's frustrating to say the least when I need to remember stuff for a test or for my future career. It has affected all parts of my memory, short and long term, and for absolutely no fucking gain. So, I know some of you out there say things like, well, I'd rather lose my memory and not be depressed. I promise you, you don't know what you're talking about. It is not an escape. In my opinion, it should not even be legal. It's that bad. The memory loss is that bad. I will never fully be whole again without those memories. And there's a lot of childhood memories that are missing too. Time during my childhood that I cannot account for. I don't know what happened. So it's not a temporary side effect like they tell you. And if I could go back and change it, I would have said hell no when the psychiatrist offered it. So, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it can't be good for some people. I'm just saying that at least having 18 in a row twice a week is a bit excessive. At that point, I was desperate, and I didn't know what else to do. So, just the best advice I can give is to do your research before you do anything new. Make sure that you fully understand what it entails. Watch some videos on YouTube about what they actually do to the patient while they're under. And just make sure that you're well informed. Because this fucking sucks.